This is a Nintendo Switch 2 Joy-Con, this is a Playdate, and this is a new patent filed for by Nintendo. The interesting about it though is the right Joy-Con is a scrollable, clickable mouse wheel, but the left Joy-Con has a crank, very similar to this here Playdate. The Playdate is a very unique console, lots of fun little indie games that use this crank as a unique form of interacting with the game. So think of like fishing mini games, think of like scrolling through channels, anything where you can imagine crank and rotating stuff as a form of interaction. And I'm really excited about the idea of the Nintendo Switch 2 having a Joy-Con that can have this crank on it. One, because I think the Playdate, while being a very interesting device, it's a little more niche of a device. If the Nintendo Switch 2 could hit like the mainstream market with this idea of the crank, maybe there could be some interaction between the Playdate and its library and Nintendo Switch 2 with some fun little indie games coming to that. Maybe some of these Playdate games can get ported to the Switch 2 to find more success. Maybe we can get a Playdate NSO app. In all seriousness though, I really like the Playdate because it has some of that Nintendo feeling of finding a new way to interact with video games. And I'm excited about the fact that Nintendo is seeing that and wanting to also, find a way to implement that into their games. I hope this doesn't turn into a thing where Nintendo gets all the credit for the crank. I hope people do remember the Playdate if this is a real thing. But I hope it also inspires people to look back at the Playdate and almost like a positive, rising tides raises all ships kind of thing. I'm gonna keep playing this thing. I'm gonna keep buying games of this thing, and I hope Nintendo can start implementing some cool ideas into Switch games using this crank, because I think it's a fun way to interact with games.